Jay-Z has just been arrested after he was found guilty and his mansion raided. Jay-Z accused in a lawsuit of raping a 13-year-old in 2000 with Sean Diddy Combs. And now he has been proven. Those words alone send shockwaves through the music industry and fans worldwide. When allegations of this magnitude emerge against two of hip-hop's biggest icons, it forces everyone to pay attention, to question, to seek the truth, and to confront the realities lurking beneath the glitz and glamour of fame. This is the story of a dark chapter that allegedly unfolded behind the scenes of one of the most glamorous nights in music history, the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards after party. For decades, Jay-Z, born Sean Carter, has been known as a powerful rapper, entrepreneur, and cultural figure. Alongside that, Sean Diddy Combs, the formidable mogul behind numerous hits and entertainment ventures, has long been a titan in the music world. Their combined influence, wealth, and stature have helped shape modern hip-hop's landscape. But in late 2024, a civil lawsuit thrust their names into a controversy that shook industry insiders and audiences alike, one accusing them of raping a 13-year-old girl at an after-party following the 2000 VMA letters in New York City. The lawsuit, filed initially against Combs and later amended to include Jay-Z, detailed horrific allegations from a woman identified only as Jane Doe. Her claims are unsettling. At just 13 years old, she was allegedly lured to a private house party by an associate of Combs, where she was forced to sign a document she now believes was a non-disclosure agreement. She said she was then drugged, rendered unable to fully defend herself, and sexually assaulted first by Jay-Z and then by Sean Combs, with a well-known female celebrity allegedly watching, but not intervening, according to court filings and interviews. The plaintiff's journey unfolded from the VMA letters, where she didn't have a ticket to the event itself, through the chaos of trying to find a way in, to ending up at the after-party with celebrities and industry notables, including noted musicians and producers. Jane Doe recounted the trauma she endured and the long silence she maintained out of fear and disbelief anyone would listen to a minor against powerful men. The lawsuit paints a grim picture of power, exploitation, and an alleged cover-up. Hidden by fame and fear, Jay-Z's response was immediate and forceful. Through his legal team, he called the lawsuit a blackmail attempt and sharply criticized the lawyer representing the accuser. He denied the allegations and declared that anyone committing such a brutal crime would deserve to be incarcerated. True justice is coming, Jay-Z said, vowing to fight the claims vigorously in court. Sean Combs, meanwhile, is already incarcerated on unrelated federal charges involving sex trafficking and racketeering, adding another layer of complexity to the case's public perception. His legal team described the lawsuit as a shameless publicity stunt, emphasizing that the allegations lack credible evidence. As the case progressed, media outlets sought to verify details, speaking with insiders and attempting to piece together the night's events. Reports surfaced about inconsistencies in Jane Doe's account of familiar challenging cases involving decades-old allegations, trauma, and the difficulties survivors face recounting violent experiences in a recorded conversation. Leaked in 2025, the woman allegedly acknowledged that her lawyer pushed her to sue Jay-Z, even stating that he was just there and had no direct involvement in the assault. This recording added further controversy and questions about the lawsuit's motives and authenticity. By February 2025, the plaintiff voluntarily dismissed the lawsuit with prejudice, which means it cannot be refiled. The dismissal marked the end of legal proceedings, but not the debates and conversations sparked worldwide about celebrity, power, sexual violence, and justice. Jay-Z's team celebrated the dismissal as a victory and reaffirmed his innocence, calling the allegations frivolous and fictitious. This case, regardless of its legal outcome, opened public discourse on how allegations of abuse are handled in the entertainment industry, especially when millions of fans' heroes are involved. It exposed the challenges victims face when accusing influential figures, the tactics of celebrity legal defenses, and the role media plays in shaping public opinion amid complex, painful narratives. Behind the headlines lies a broader issue, the intersection of fame, power, and vulnerability. This story is a stark reminder that the consequences of such allegations ripple well beyond the courtroom. It's about survivor voices, truth-seeking, and how society grapples with accountability long after the music stops and the spotlights dim. When we talk about a case involving allegations as serious as this, alleging the rape of a 13-year-old child by towering figures of the music world in an era where hip-hop was solidifying its cultural dominance, it forces us to confront not just the individuals involved, but the entire ecosystem within which such events could occur. The 2000 MTV Video Music Awards after party, a glittering cultural affair, was not just a celebration, it was a convergence point for wealth, influence, and unchecked power. Behind the scenes of such lavish events, the line between celebration and exploitation can tragically blur. It is essential to understand how access to power and wealth creates environments that can be manipulated, often at the expense of the most vulnerable. The young girl at the center of this lawsuit allegedly had no real agency, finding herself in a world dominated by adults with enormous control over her fate. The nature of celebrity creates one of the biggest challenges in cases like this. The accused are not just individuals, but symbols, legends, and brand empires. Jay-Z, with his storytelling legacy and nearly 3 decades in the spotlight, is celebrated by millions. Sean Diddy Combs' influence as a producer and businessman has shaped the careers of multiple generations. When allegations arise against icons of this stature, the stakes are not just personal, they reverberate across communities. This lawsuit shone a light on the often hidden culture of secrecy and silence in celebrity after parties, exclusive events where alcohol flows freely, boundaries are blurred, and privacy is zealously guarded. In these settings, victims frequently find themselves isolated, overwhelmed by the fame and power concentrated in one room. The claim in the lawsuit regarding a non-disclosure agreement being signed before the assault suggests coercion and attempts to legally muzzle any voice that might rise against such abuse. Legal experts following the case pointed out that these forms of control, whether physical, psychological, or legal, can trap victims in silence for years or even decades. For survivors of sexual assault, especially when minors are involved, the trauma is compounded by fear, shame, and the public nature of bringing allegations against celebrities. The affidavit and depositions from the plaintiff detailed not just the assault, but the overwhelming impact on her life in the years following the event. Descriptions of fear, betrayal, and isolation underscored the long-term emotional scars sexual violence inflicts, even as high-profile actors attempt to maintain control over the legal narrative. Her decision to come forward after so many years speaks to the complex calculus victims navigate when and how to speak out, weighing the potential backlash against the hope for justice. As the lawsuit gained media prominence in late 2024, social media erupted with divided opinions. Some accused the accuser of seeking attention or money through a baseless lawsuit, citing the delay in coming forward and alleged inconsistencies. Others firmly supported the accuser, emphasizing that trauma from such abuse can prevent immediate reporting, especially when the accused hold powerful positions within society. In the courtroom and beyond, Jay-Z and his legal team approached the accusations with a strategy aimed at discrediting the plaintiff. Their arguments hinged on calling the lawsuit a money grab and questioned the accuracy of the accuser's claims. His lawyers pushed for the plaintiff to reveal her identity, arguing that anonymity hindered the defense and clouded public judgment. Meanwhile, Sean Combs' ongoing incarceration on unrelated charges complicated public perception. His legal situation brought to light additional allegations and investigations into his personal and professional conduct, casting a shadow over the entire case. Despite the gravity of the lawsuit, by early 2025, as investigations and legal maneuvers progressed, the plaintiff voluntarily dismissed the case with prejudice. The reasons cited relate to the immense pressures of pursuing such a high-profile case, the intensive scrutiny and challenges in litigation against such well-resourced defendants. While the lawsuit's dismissal legally closed the chapter, the broader issues it surfaced remain unresolved and intensely debated. This entire saga has exposed the fragile balance between celebrity worship and the urgent need for accountability. It asks society to rethink how power is wielded and challenged, especially when the victims are minors and the accused wield significant cultural influence. It questions whether the systems in place sufficiently protect survivors or merely preserve celebrity legacies. In fact, cultural critics highlight that this lawsuit is not isolated, but part of a broader pattern seen in the entertainment industry, where powerful men have often been shielded from consequences through legal tactics, non-disclosure agreements, and public relations campaigns. From Michael Jackson to R. Kelly, to more recent cases involving other famous figures, the industry continues grappling with exposing truth and delivering justice. The conversations this lawsuit inspired ripple far beyond the courtroom. Fans and industry insiders alike are reckoning with the duality of artistry and accountability, struggling to separate the music they love from allegations of serious misconduct. For some, this has been a moment of painful reflection and reassessment. of the cultural icons they admired. Advocacy groups and activists seized the moment to call for systemic change, urging the music and entertainment industries to prioritize safety and transparency over profits. And image management, they emphasize better support systems for victims, including anonymous reporting tools, survivor resources, and strict enforcement of conduct policies at all levels of the industry. The story of Jay-Z and Sean Combs' alleged involvement in this 2000 incident also highlights the importance of listening carefully to survivors' voices, balancing skepticism with empathy, ensuring that justice is pursued with rigor, and that all parties receive a fair process, famous or not. Every individual deserves accountability under the law. This case remains a potent example of the challenges criminal and civil courts face when confronting allegations from decades past, especially involving minors and celebrities. The passage of time complicates evidence gathering, memory accuracy, and witness cooperation, making justice difficult but no less necessary. As the dust settles on this lawsuit's legal closure, the cultural impact continues to unfold. It serves as a sobering reminder that beneath the songs, awards, and headlines, real lives are affected by actions that demand scrutiny and understanding. Looking forward, this case may lead to increased awareness and reforms in how sexual assault cases are handled within the entertainment sector. Industry leaders may face growing pressure to implement more robust protections at events and within professional environments to prevent abuse and ensure safe spaces. At the heart of it, the story challenges us all to confront uncomfortable truths about power, fame, and vulnerability. How do we ensure that no one, regardless of their influence or status, is above the law? How can survivors find support and justice when facing giants? We encourage you to think deeply about what justice means in cases like this and how culture, law, and communities can better support truth and healing. What do you think should change in the entertainment industry to better protect vulnerable individuals? How can society balance the respect for artistic achievement with the need for accountability? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth coverage about stories that shape our world and culture. Thank you for watching.